Hi, everybody. This is David Nevins for Citybiz List. Welcome to our program today. And our guest is Jeff Newman. Jeff is the president and CEO of the Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill. And now a number of you, no offense to Jeff, are probably saying, what is that? What is Maryland 5-Star? So Jeff, welcome to our program. You have quite an amazing background, I would say, having produced and brought to life myriad events and activities and what have you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Don't forget to do that. And then segue us into what you're doing now for Maryland and what Maryland 5-Star is all about.
Sure. Well, thank you, David. First off, really appreciate you having me on and the opportunity to talk about the Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill, which is really exciting. To give you a little background about myself, I've been in the event production business for over 25 years. I used to run what's now the City Open Tennis Tournament for about 20 years. I've done a great deal of live sports events as well as concerts and things of that nature. But this was my first opportunity in the equestrian space, and it's really what drew me to want to be a part of it. Is that it's truly a unique and special event that's coming here to Maryland. So as an event producer, the Maryland 5-Star, there's only 7 of its kind in the world that have a 5-star designation in the sport of eventing. And eventing is an equestrian triathlon, and it's an Olympic sport that features dressage, cross country, and show jumping, and we'll be hosting it at the very highest level, which is the 5-star. So it's really exciting to have it come to Maryland. There's been an investment made in Fair Hill by the state to bring world-class sporting events to Cecil County. And so it's really exciting. And also just being a part of the horse industry, the rich tradition that Maryland has and really the passion that people have for horses is just incredible. So it's a great story, and we're really looking forward to the opportunity to bring another tentpole event to Maryland.
So Jeff, Marylanders, as you noted, we know horse racing, at least from the perspective of the Preakness and the Triple Crown and what have you. And I suppose we know a lot more about it just in recent weeks from having watched the Olympics. And I know a number of my friends actually thought that the horse event and what have you, dressage and the like, was among the most interesting things that they got to watch in the Olympics. So where will this be? It's in Cecil County. When is it? How many? I don't even really know what questions to ask, Jeff, in terms of how many horses, how many riders. Is it multiple days? Just fill us in on some of the wonderful details, if you don't mind.
Sure. And look, I didn't come from the world of equestrian, like I said, so I learned it from the get-go too in terms of what is eventing, and it's fascinating. So it's not a race. It's a multi-day international competition. So just like tennis and golf that I said earlier, it's bringing in athletes and horses from all over the world to compete in a triathlon. And basically, you have to get through each phase. So think about the Ironman competition for people. It's the same thing for horses. That's what eventing is. So if you fall off your horse, for example, in one phase, you're out of the competition. So you have to get through all 3 phases, which makes it really unique. And each day presents something different because it's different types of competition. So that's the biggest thing we want to make sure people understand is it's not a single day race event. It's a multi-day international competition. And the horse and rider with the least penalties that completes the triathlon in the lowest period of time wins. So like golf, the lowest score wins. Same thing here in eventing. So it's you get to see each of the chapters throughout that then culminates, with the final and the winner. So the 5-star is the pinnacle of the sport. It's actually a higher level of difficulty than what was presented at the Olympics. The Olympics is actually a 4-star. So if you think about what a 5-star means to reference other sports, in tennis and golf, and I'll keep using that as a reference, there's the Grand Slams and the majors. There's only 4 or 5 of those. And here in eventing, we're just the 7th 5-star in the world. So the other ones in the world are in the UK. There's 2 of them. There's one in Australia, one in France, one in Germany, and another one here in the US in Lexington, Kentucky. So Maryland wanted to have a second tentpole event here in equestrian Obviously, there's great other events, the Maryland Million and others that have been amazing events, but eventing was missing in terms of the highest level. So with Kentucky having the Derby, they also have an eventing at the highest level. Well, now Maryland has the same. We have the Preakness, and now we also have the Maryland 5-Star. So it's really a special opportunity for Cecil County. Fair Hill is owned by the Department of Natural Resources. It was originally a William DuPont Jr. property, and then it turned over to the state in the 60s. So it's really accessible. It's only 45 minutes outside of Baltimore, 40 minutes from Philly, and it's literally on the border of Delaware up in Northeast Maryland, about 10 minutes from the University of Delaware. So pretty easy to get to, and it's just a special place that has great tradition in horse racing as well as in eventing as well.
How this event came to Maryland, I know, we just had the BMW Championship at Caves Valley, and I know there were a number of people working on that for about 5 years to bring that to fruition. How did this get started? I mean, I know there are a lot of horse people in Maryland. I assume there was a committee and a lot of activists, and they knew who the right people were to talk to. But why don't you give us the real details?
Sure. So the Maryland Horse Industry Board was really behind the initial studies in terms of trying to elevate and upgrade the horse facilities here in Maryland. And Fair Hill was actually identified as an area to really showcase steeplechase racing, but more in particular, dressage and show jumping in certain disciplines. So it was chosen as a facility to invest in through a public-private partnership, raise $20 million to create what's now the new Fair Hill Special Event Zone. And from that, obviously there needs to be content that would justify that type of investment. So a bid, coincidentally, was offered up by the governing bodies, the international governing body called the FEI, as well as the U.S. Equestrian Federation. And it was an opportunity to bid on something that doesn't come around too often. So Maryland put in a bid, and based on the fact that the investment in this brand new facility, it really was the difference as to why we won that bid. So there was cities from all over the world that were competing to have this, and we won. So it's a big win for Maryland. It's a great opportunity to create an economic stimulus for Northeast Maryland. And I think the horse industry as a whole had a lot to do with it as well, based on the history and tradition. And just a little known couple of tidbits here that most people may not be aware of that I've learned in my new role is that Maryland has more horses per square mile than any other state. We're a smaller state, but we have more horses per square mile than any other state. And it's considered that 52% of households in Maryland consider themselves a horse enthusiast. So the base is there, the community's there, the tradition's there, and now the facility's there. And so with all that combined, Maryland has an opportunity to really showcase something special.
Wow, that's great. And I know an event like this is, only made possible by a host of corporate partners and sponsors. Tell us a little bit about where you are in that regard.
Sure. And just take a quick step back. You had asked this earlier. The event's October 14th to the 17th. So great fall event, outdoor event, and it's going to be an annual event. There's a lot of people who think it's just a one-time event, similar where the BMW Championships was a one-time. This is actually going to be an annual event, in October every year. And in corporate support, we've received great support from Cecil County as our host sponsor. And we've had some really fortunate successes with sponsorship. Mars has come on board, Brown Advisory, Stanley Black & Decker, McCormick, W.L. Gore, Diageo and Breakthrough Beverage, Quarry View Building Group. We've had a great deal of sponsors who have stepped up. Why? Because they want to see, first off, an opportunity for competitors in the sport to really have an opportunity to compete. There have been a lot of events that have canceled over the years. So there's a lot of people who want to see these great athletes and horses have the opportunity to compete. Secondarily, as I said, coming off the pandemic, it's a real boost and stimulus that could be provided for small businesses in Cecil County. So we've had a great deal of sponsorship support, and we've been really happy with the results that we've had in our first year. And hopefully it'll just build a lot of momentum for years to come to get more Maryland-based companies in particular to want to be a part of this.
Well, that's one reason why we're talking about it on Citybiz List for sure. So, Jeff, how many people do you hope will attend this first year, and then how do you expect it to grow and so forth?
So our hope this year is that we're going to attract somewhere between 15 and 20,000 over the course of 4 days. I think that's a realistic expectation for this year, and obviously it still depends on people's comfort level in attending live events. But we feel as being an outdoor event in the fall, we're going to provide a truly safe environment for people to come out to. But the potential for these events, to give you an example, the one in Kentucky that's been around since the 1970s, they attract 80,000 people every year over 4 days. That's the potential that we have. And the ones overseas, in the UK, also founded in the 60s with a lot of tradition and where the sport really originated, they get 125,000 people over 4 days. So these 5-star events have the potential to bring that type of audience, because it is, again, a limited opportunity to see a 5-star level event if you are an equestrian fan. But our hope is that it just becomes an event that just sports fans want to attend. And we will have a great deal of other offerings that people can experience in addition to the competition.
This event occurs rain or shine? How does that work?
Rain or shine. So, unless it's severe weather, lightning and severe winds or anything like that, knock on wood, it's rain or shine. Yeah. And our seating will be covered for the most part. And so people will be protected if they come out.
Well, Jeff, before we part ways, I want to ask you to put in another plug and help our audience understand how and where they can purchase tickets and what the dates are once again.
The dates again are October 14th to the 17th. It's a Thursday through a Sunday. First 2 days are dressage. Saturday is our cross country. And Sunday is the show jumping. I recommend that if people say, I have 1 day to come out for Saturday's cross country. It's a 4-mile track that's going to see these incredible horses going through every 5 minutes throughout the day. It's like a golf event. You can stay at one obstacle or you can go from obstacle to obstacle to obstacle. So that I would recommend if you did have 1 day, but we hope people will come out for each day. And the way you can get tickets is maryland5star.us at our website, and just follow us on social at Maryland 5-Star.
Well, thanks, Jeff, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, and I think our viewers have, if you didn't know this, you at least learned what the Maryland 5-Star event is. And I don't think any of us knew that we were the one state in the nation that had the most horses per capita. So, go Maryland again in that regard. In any event, I hope our viewers choose to support the event. We've been delighted to speak with Jeff Newman, the president and CEO of the Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill, coming up in mid-October. Give them a call, visit their website, and attend an event that you were unfamiliar with. And whether you're an equestrian fan or not, I think it's pretty clear that this is a great thing for Maryland and something that you and your family will enjoy. This has been David Nevins for Citybiz List. Thank you so much for watching.